So today we are going to be talking about the Roman Empire. It is one of the largest and influential empires in history. Now it split infamously into two. And yes, those are the Byzantine Empire and the Western Roman Empire. And those two also had some historical events. The Western was once known for failing, I think, quicker than the southern part, which is eastern part, known as the Byzantine Empire. And then we also got the Byzantine Empire also fell in 1453 after Constantinople fell down the line from the Ottoman Empire. Now Ottoman is also powerful, but we are gonna be talking about the Roman Empire. Now both are strong. Anyways, so the Roman Empire has started as the Roman Republic, and then it expanded. It conquered what is nowadays Italy, and then it started from Italy. It conquered the first Punic War, and then the second Punic War. Now these wars were very deadly. However, they weren't that much of a deal. But then the Roman Empire also expanded from Italy to modern-day Switzerland, Austria, a bit of Germany, Belgium, the Luxembourg, the Netherlands, France, and yeah, a lot more. They also conquered Spain, Portugal, half of the United Kingdom, and except Scotland too, modern day. And then it also conquered the northern part of Africa, which is now modern day Morocco, Algeria, Tunisia, Libya, Egypt, in a region which I'll be calling Roman Africa since it's located in Africa. Yeah, this was also a time before the colonization of Africa began in like the 18th century. But then we also got the Roman Caucasus, which included Turkey, Syria, Palestine, Israel, and many more countries, including Syria and a part of Iraq. Small part of Iraq, if I'm mistaken. But this part was part of the Sassanid Empire, and the Romans must have took them for it. Now the Roman Empire also participated in a war with the Kingdom of Macedon. What happened here was the Greek city-states did not like being in Macedonian control, so they involved Rome into this. It's just so Rome could just free them, and then later on, when Rome was in the war with the Kingdom of Macedon, which they run the Roman Empire, Rome conquered the Kingdom of Macedon, and then the Greek city-states were under Roman control. Now, what also was the Roman Empire at its peak was big. Now, like big when I talk about it. For starters, we got Roman Gallia. Now, I like to pronounce it as Roman Gallia because it sounds more natural if I'm wrong, but Roman Gallia basically is France, Belgium, Netherlands, a part of Netherlands, and Luxembourg. It also contains a part of Germany, in which before it was called Germania. Now these were Germanic tribes in the past. Now back in the day, we also got the Vikings in the Roman age. Now they were still in Scandinavia, and they didn't start the Norman conquest from the United Kingdom to all the way to the Kingdom of Franks or Northern Francia. So anyways, the Roman Empire was powerful. It influenced a lot of history. It existed until 499 AD when it collapsed. No, not AD. Yeah, maybe it is. Anyway, so the Roman Empire was powerful, again. But when I mean powerful, and I mean it. In the day, the Roman Empire had the best army in the world. Now in the 4th century to the 1st century, it was the most powerful and dominant empire up until it got replaced by the Byzantine Empire, and then later the full-fledged Ottoman Empire. And then the British Empire also came, and then the Russian. But these empires have lasted a long time. Can't believe how the Roman Empire started from the 1st century and ended in the 4th. It may not sound like a lot, but when I tell it, it's a lot basically. The 4th century was like a long time ago. However, in the past, it was just one day ahead. The Roman Empire started from the 1st, and yet again, it ended in the 4th. And what I tell you about this is it's really crazy to think about. The first century was a period when Germanic tribes were just thriving, the Celts were there, and they're also declining. The Gauls are there too, but under Celtic rule. However, when the Romans came, everything changed. The entire game changed here. Like, literally. They invaded, they also had Crimea in the day, which is now part of modern day Russia, because, you see, in the Ukrainian war, Russia just annexed it. But we're talking about the Roman Empire. But yeah, this thing is absolutely powerful in the old days. So if you guys think it's this short is good, then make sure to stay connected. And see you all later.